To the agenda.
to the agenda. All right? And when the note taker takes notes, all they're simply doing is saying what was decided and who participated in that. All right? So in your notes, what was decided and who participated in that? Does this have the action task planner in there? No. Okay. Oh, but it is in this one. Okay. So does this make sense so far? Okay. So here's the last thing. I want you to take your packet and turn to page 50. We'll spend a little more time the next time we get together on this particular the pages leading up to page 50, but I want to leave you with this. So the note taker says in their notes what got decided and who decided that, or who participated in that discussion. We'll talk about parliamentary procedure and stuff like that later. Because these are just really introductory kinds of ways of thinking. But ultimately, in terms of trying to make sure that you actually get stuff done, this piece of paper on page 50 will really just rip it open, girl. Just go for it.
I mean,
right?
this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It is fun.
All right. So on page 50. We've decided to do something in our notes, right? So we're going to call that our action. So do you see the action on page 50, right? So we'll write that action in there. And then we'll look at what are the smaller tasks that need to be performed to make sure that action happens. So for example, if we want to go to, let's say we want to have a fundraiser dance, okay? So this dance is going to be a fundraiser for something we want to do. What are all the steps that need to happen? Just real quick. So we're going to do dance, fundraiser. What are all the steps that need to happen?
Well, if you're going to do a fundraiser, you can find out what you're going to sell.
What's that?
You can find out what you're going to sell.
Okay, so we got to get some product to sell. Okay? What else?
You have a quota for how much money you want. You know, how much is dance when it comes?
Okay. So we got to decide the cost. What else? What else do we have to do?
You need to know how much money you need to raise.
Okay.
Quota.
Okay. What else? What else do I need to know or need to do to have this dance come off?
Plan.
On a location.
Okay, so I need a location.
I like how you have a flash that you gotta find out where you're gonna have it.
Okay, so we're gonna have it where we're gonna have it.
Collaborate.
All right. What else?
Yeah.
We gotta get a DJ.
Find out what type of music people like.
Okay.
Food and
Refreshments or
So
catering.
food. All right. So that we're just brainstorming right now, right? So those are a bunch of things. So let's say that. Let's start with this. We'll say that the number one thing we want to work on is getting a DJ. So we would write that into our action. The action would be getting a DJ.
Oh, and advertising too.
Okay, so I'll put advertising here.
Because don't nobody know about the dance. You know about
Okay. All right. So if I'm going to get the DJ, so that's going to be my action. What are the tasks that I need to do, or what can I do to make sure that we get a DJ?
Call
You have to-
around
Call who?
music people, right? DJs, people who have experience.
So I just pick up the phone.
No.
DJs.
You have to research how the DJs.
So how do I
DJs.
research the
Maybe
DJs?
also
Go on.
advertise the position or something like that.
Okay, so I can put an ad out for
I don't know. You might
Ad for DJs. What else? What were you gonna say?
Well, if you get in contact with one, you can
So how would I get in contact with a DJ?
by looking up local DJs
Where?
online.
Online. So I can go on. I can go on the net and research DJs. All right. What else? I'm gonna try to get these 5 things.
Slash like find number. You can have to
Okay.
communicate with it.
Phone book,
All right.
Okay, so I can look in the phone book.
club,
Have personal experience.
Okay, so ask people from personal experience.
Is this just to find a
Well,
DJ?
yes,
This is just to find a DJ.
Okay.
hit the club.
Hit the club.
Go to the club.
That would hurt. Those clubs are hard. You ever hit a club? I was trying to tear one up one time, and it was difficult. Tear the club up. All right. Give me one more thing. So, ask people from personal experience.
No, from your personal like connection. You know,
Oh, okay. So, ask your networks. Okay, your networks.
No, like myself. Do you mean like personal experience like you used to be there?
exactly.
Oh, but I'm not.
Well,
a
then
DJ.
what's the point of finding a
Not
DJ if you can
you.
DJ?
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Okay, so here's the point. So in the action, can you write down the word? Can you write down find a DJ in
What
action?
about vision, school band?
No, we'll do that. We'll talk about that stuff later. I'll give you examples of that later.
Oh,
All right. Task number 1 is to put an ad in the paper for a DJ. All right. What might be some challenges? What are some things that might stop us from being able to put an ad in the paper for a DJ?
Lack of connections.
All right. So write that down. Write down lack of connections, cost, time. Those are things that might be challenges.
Newspaper might reject it.
All right. Newspaper might not take it. Okay. So, what are some things that we can do, or what are resources that we can get to overcome those challenges?
Big.
Okay, so we can ask for some money, so we can ask for a grant. So write that down. Resources is ask for a grant or ask for money.
Start your fundraiser earlier.
Okay, start fundraiser earlier. Okay, what's one more? One more resource. What's one more resource? To overcome, putting an ad in the paper for a DJ.
Craigslist.
Craigslist. All right, so put Craigslist. All right, who will be responsible to do that?
Who's ever
All right.
facilitating?
So in this particular case, it could be the facilitator, but I heard somebody say, Thomas, are you willing to do that? He said yes. He shook his head no, but his mouth said yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Thomas would put his name right there. And Thomas, when do you think you'll be able to put an ad in the paper for a DJ? By what date? What's the deadline? Just make something up because this is all made up. The 20 what? The 24th of the 5th of January. All right. So that's his deadline.
Might as well make it
How do we
easier
know
for
that Thomas accomplished what he set out to do? On the 25th of January, if there's no ad in the paper, we know that Thomas did not what?
try to find a DJ.
He did not succeed because we have a measure, right? So, one of the things that often happens, particularly when teams do leadership stuff, is that they don't give themselves adequate deadlines, all right? And people don't know who's responsible for what. And so what I would encourage you is that as you make these agenda items and things come up that need to be done, that you make sure that you have a copy of this as a part of what you decide to do. So you can say, we're going to do this. These are some of the things that could stop us.